A new poll by Survey USA of Kansas likely voters shows that Republican Donald Trump only has a 5-point lead over Democrat Hillary Clinton, down from an 11-point lead from the same polling company in July.
And here to discuss the presidential race is KSNT News' political analyst, Dr. Bob Beatty. Bob, as always, thank you for being here. Now, Bob, Kansas can't go Democratic, can it?
I really don't think so. I'd be even more shocked than Donald Trump getting the GOP nomination if Kansas went Democratic. But this shows the troubles that Donald Trump has had over the past couple of weeks, his falling in the polls. And you know, what's clear about Kansas is that close to 50% of all registered voters are Republican, so it shows that a lot of support has dropped for him among Republicans.
It's been almost 2 weeks since the conventions ended. We now have, of course, the post-convention polling. So is there an idea of who gained the most for their campaigns from the conventions?
Yeah, you know, let's take a look. We just saw that screen there with a number of the polling numbers, and it's helpful to look about where the polling was in terms of the conventions. Now, before the Republican National Convention, Hillary Clinton had an average of a 3-point lead over Donald Trump. Right after the convention, Trump was actually leading in the average of polls. It was a very close race. After the Democratic National Convention, Hillary Clinton was up by 4.5 points. So in terms of a bounce, Trump did okay. He got about 4 points, but Hillary Clinton got about 5.5 points. So a slightly smaller, bigger bounce for Hillary Clinton.
And just like you mentioned, she's now polling her average, that I should say, is polling even higher. So she may have received a little bit of a post-convention bounce.
Yeah, that's what I'm calling it, the post-convention bounce, which is pretty rare. And what it probably happened is after the convention where Hillary Clinton received a bit of a bounce, then Donald Trump made a number of statements. We've all heard a lot about them, and that hurt him in Kansas, for example, I think in this most recent poll, but also gave her a little bit more of an edge. I told someone that if he had said nothing in the week after the Democratic convention, he probably wouldn't have done as badly. So she's now up in the averages by about 7.5 points, but it's a very fluid race, and we now have news today of a different sort for Hillary Clinton. So again, it could change very quickly.
All right, KSNT News political analyst Dr. Bob Beatty, thank you as always.